Welcome back to my C# course. Now we're getting into getters and setters. These add security to fields by using encapsulation. They're accessors that are found within properties. So these are a couple of words or terminology that we're using when we're talking about getters and setters. So properties is a combination of aspects of both fields and methods. Fields and methods are what we learned about in the previous video when talking about object-oriented programming. Now a get accessor is used to return the property value, and the set accessor is used to assign a new value. And the value keyword defines the value being assigned by the set, which is a parameter. So with that being said, we can go ahead and create a new class here. I'm going to make one for robot. We're going to make some robots that do some damage. And some robots might do more damage than other ones, but let's try this out. So we could do public. We can create a field here to do public int damage. And we'll do public robot int damage. And here we're creating a damage method for our field. So up here we could do robot bender. This is our new robot. Our robot's named Bender. And here you can see that in these parentheses, it's already putting an int damage. So this 10 in here is passing over this 10 to assign it to int damage. So now if I do console.writeLine bender.damage, if I compile this code, I get 10. So I have 10 damage now. Now I can reassign this now to bender.damage equals, let's say like 100,000. Now if we hit play, we can see that our damage is 100,000. But what if we want to put a limit on the damage? Like what if, that's maybe too powerful. We need like a maximum damage, like maximum level kind of thing. We don't want it to surpass that. So we could do that with getters and setters. So down here, we can create a new public integer of damage. Now this one and this one look the same, but it's different because it's a capital D. This one's a lowercase d. So these are actually two different fields. And we're going to create a method for this field. And our method is going to be an if-else statement. So we'll do get return damage. Once we set this, we don't need the semicolon here anymore. And inside this second, right before the curly brace, the second one, we're going to indent there. And that's where we're going to build out our set variable. So get is our get accessor. And this reads our values that we put in here. So get, it's reading that we're going to return the damage. Set is our set accessor, which writes. So with this write, we're going to write what our damage is. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this field because we're setting it with an if-else statement. So instead of putting in damage though, we're going to rename this to value. So if the value is less than 500, if the value is greater than 500, then it's going to say that our damage is 500. Otherwise, our damage is whatever the value is. So 500 is our maximum. Otherwise, we're just going to do whatever the damage is. So now if we come back up here, if I change damage to damage with a capital D in both of these fields, and if I hit play, and if I press play, now it says 500, even though I put in 100,000. So it put in a maximum. You can also store this value as a value parameter. The way that you do that is outside this if-else statement, we're going to create another one that says damage equals value. So those are getters and setters. Enums are a special class that contains a set of named integer constants. And what are constants again? Constants are variables that constantly remain the same value and they never change. So we use enums when we have values that we know will not change. And to get an integer value from an item, you must explicitly convert to an int. So in this case, a name would be an integer. In order to declare a num, we go enum names, just like this. So instead of doing class names to create a new object, we do enum names. So it's just like creating a class, and in this class we're creating a list. So it's similar to a class and a list. So we're going to have Adam, Eve, Mary, Jasper, Omolewa, Fedi, and Yuki. So with these names, they are enums. So they're special classes that are integers. And their contents, constants. And as you can see, here it says names Adam equals 0. So Adam is 0. Eve is 1. Mary is 2. Jasper is 3. So it sees all of these items as integers. However, we just have names for the integers. So if we go up here and we type in console.writeLine names.jasper is a name. If I print this out, I get back Jasper is a name. Now if I go console.writeLine names.jasper plus is number names.jasper plus on the list. So this one is going to say Jasper, it's grabbing this one, is number, whatever the number is on the list. So now we're getting Jasper is number 3 on the list. So we're able to grab a string from Jasper, which is the name of the number, and we're also able to grab the number or the integer itself with that name. And now if we want to, we can create our own numbers here. We could do Adam equals 1, Eve equals 2, Mary 3, Jasper 4, Omoela 5, Feti 6, and Yuki 7. And we can replace Jasper, we can replace it with Feti. And here we see Feti is number 6 on the list. And that's the number we put here. We could put in 65, run this again, and now Feti is number 65 on the list. We can create another enum assigned to this. So enums we can create an age enum. So we could do Adam is 28, Eve can be 21, Mary can be 8, Jasper is 54, Rupert is 67, Omolewa is 13, Feti is 26, and Yuki is 19. So now that we have two different enums, we can still pull them with the same sentences. So we could do string name equals age Adam. This is how you would convert the age of the Adam of this number 28 into a string. Then we could do int age equals, and doing this we convert it back into an integer, and we could do console.writeLine to type some of this out, do name plus name, and since we assigned the name to the Adam item, let me pause this program here. Now it's saying the name is Adam. So we've pulled the Adam name out of the enum, and we've pulled the age, and we've assigned it to the string variable. So now when we write out console.writeLine, we could grab the name. It's going to grab the name that we assigned to it. And we could also do writeLine for age, years old. And now it's saying age is 28 years old. And that's grabbing the age from our enum age. So those are nums. Thank you for watching.